everyone, it's Brenda with Busy Bees Custom Creations. How's everyone doing today? Hope you enjoy this video. So what I'm going to show you is how to make these ceramic ink flowers. Okay, so you can do them a couple different ways. You can do them with the alcohol ink pens, which I find work the best, or you can do regular alcohol inks. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on, and we will play with them both ways and see which you like better. So I got this whole set of alcohol ink markers off of Amazon. So what you'll need is a tile, something to play on, and I like to use my little Lazy Susan here. It works really well. Okay, put your tile on there. So the first way that I find is the best, or the easiest I should say, is the markers. So you'll need a ceramic tile, you'll need alcohol, at least 91% alcohol. You will need alcohol ink markers or regular alcohol ink, paper towels, gloves, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, probably an apron because it does get a little messy. So let me go ahead and put my apron on here, because sometimes the ink does kind of flow all over the place. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're first going to use, I have my alcohol in my little squirt bottle here. So we're going to clean the tile off with the rubbing alcohol. And you just do that to kind of clean off any fingerprints and that kind of stuff, okay? And I have taped off the back with just painter's tape, so that the ink doesn't like get all over the back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with, these pens have a thick side and a thin side. We're going to start with black, and excuse my drawing, I am not a good drawer at all. So we're just going to put a big thing of black in the middle, and whoops, get started with that. Hold on. Not weird here. Okay. Have my little dryer here. And this isn't a heat gun or anything, it's just a little hot air gun. We're going to dry that off. Okay. So then what you want to do is take, I use the thick side, and you're going to kind of draw petals. And when I say draw, I use that term loosely. So we're going to draw and fill it in. Okay. And don't worry about how this looks, because mine look awful. I cannot draw or paint at all. So I'm just going to do petals on the tile. Okay, and then I'm going to take another color. I'm going to take a purple, and we're just going to go around the petals that we already did there. And like I said, you really don't need to worry about what this looks like. Because it's not going to look like this in the end. Okay, so then what you want to do is just let these dry. And then you can use whatever colors you want. A straw works really well. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your alcohol ink in this little needle nose thing. and you want to put a little bit of alcohol there. I don't know if you guys can see. It's starting to get bigger. Then you take your straw and then just blow on it. Okay? Again, you're going to put your ink right on the edge of the black and do the same thing. Isn't that cool? And again, just kind of put that there. That one got a little sloppy, but this isn't as easy as it looks. Okay, and you're going to go around and do that. Okay, so then what you can do is you can dry that. And no two are going to look the same. I don't care how many times you do this, but no two are going to look the same. So then you can go back in and you can put a little more alcohol there. And kind of thin that out a little bit. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and dry that. Okay, then you can add some little, what I like to do is take my white. You want to shake these real good. And I'm just going to put a little dab. Oops, if I can get this open. There we go. A little dab of white on my paper towel here. And then I'm just going to dab. It's kind of hard to see. To the center here. All right, you can also add this is called Panada. This is the pearl. I love this one. You want to shake it really well. And then this kind of adds a little sparkle to it. Okay. So that is that one. You want to add a little bit of alcohol to where you added those. Okay, So that's one. Now you can dry that up. These dry really fast. You see, by the time I got done, that didn't look like a flower at all. So let's try again. Now, if you don't like something, all you have to do is take your alcohol and liberally put it on there and then just wipe it right off. Okay, just keep putting some alcohol on there. And take your paper towel and just wipe it right off. So see, if you don't like something, you just wipe it right off and start again. So let's try the alcohol inks themselves this time. So I'm going to put a little dot. This is cobalt blue. Put a little dot in the center there. And these will spread. We're going to dry that. Okay, then we're going to take, this color is called Glacier. And we're going to put some there. Okay. Then again, we're going to take our alcohol. And I'm going to show you, so you can either use this, just a straw, or you can add this little puffer here. And they all do something just a little different. Okay, kind of extending it out. Okay, then we're going to dry that a little bit. I'm going to add, this one's called Mermaid, so I'm going to add a little bit of this. Okay. And then take our alcohol. Just adding that other color in there. Okay, and we're going to dry that. Now we're going to add a little silver to this one. Kind of like where the veins are. Okay, and then you can add some alcohol to them. Okay. Moving that around a little bit. Okay, then there's another method that you can use. This is like a little compressor. Let's put that to the side. And let's try using the compressor. So I think I'm going to use the pens again. And we're going to start with that black center. Let's go for a light blue. This is a real pale blue here. Like I said, I'm not worried that the black's getting in there. And then take that darker blue. Okay, so now this is a little noisy, and I don't put anything in here. I'm just using this for the air. Okay, so I think that gives you more of the flower look. So we're going to go ahead and dry that. you can take that white again. Here's my little, here. And I'm going to put a little bit on here so you can see it. And then I'm just going to dab, it's kind of hard to see because it kind of really blends in. So isn't that pretty though? And that was a light blue and a dark blue. So that was using the little air compressor, and this was just using that blower. So it's kind of hard to, you know, get it exactly, but it takes a lot of practice. So I don't know. And then we have this shape also. Let's try one of these. Put this over here. Okay. We will use the pens again. And we'll start out with that circle. And let's do, let's see, there's a lavender. So 2 different colors of purple on this one. And that one you can barely see. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. Okay, and then we'll come back with the darker purple. Go right around it. And you can buy these tiles, the shaped ones. I got it Lowe's. Okay, here we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay. We'll dry that off. That one. Okay, let's do our little kind of center here. That one you can kind of see it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's do one more and then we'll be all set. Okay. So now let's try those alcohol inks again, which it really is. Let's do a latte. Let me try something here. I'm going to kind of do a little line there. And let's see. Kind of looks green on the screen. little more of that here. Okay. I'm going to dry that a little bit. And then let's come in with this. This one's called Stone Washed. And then we'll put a little teal on. See if we can get a little beachy going on here. You can use the straw this time. Kind of make it look like waves. Okay, let's get a little more of that blue in here. A little more. I got lost in there. Okay. Let's add, let's see, a little bit of the Stone Washed up here to lighten this up a little bit. Kind of, to me, it's kind of like a beach theme, you know. I'm going to add a little bit of this pearl. And some alcohol. I don't know if you guys can see, it really kind of makes it iridescent. Isn't that cool? I love it. Add some down here. Okay, and we'll dry that up. Alrighty, so there we have our couple different, like this is kind of like a little beach scene, kind of. And we have our little flower on that shape as well. And then this one we have a little flower going. And this one is kind of just a little crazy. But you see, you can't always get the same thing twice. But I love the little flowers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of these, let me know. And I will see you next time. Have a good night. Bye.